Okay, I'll mute. Just give me 1 minute before I actually, get going. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Barcelona in the Catalonia region of Spain. We've arrived here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, and I'm your commentator, Robert Ionescu, as per usual. And just like yesterday, I'm joined by Jamie Griffiths. Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Rob. Hello, everybody.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, yeah.
All right. As you all know, yesterday was a pretty tense qualifying session. We were Hupatel fastest for most of the way, but you need to be fastest at the very end, which is when Benz Waldinger pipped him and took away pole position from the Brit. So yeah. And of course, Flo in the chat, please type the standalone race. Tell us in the chat. We'll only reveal at the end of it. But we want to know now, of course, Flo. So tell us in the Discord chat, of course. So yeah. And, alrighty then, I see.
Ooh.
Interesting one. We're not going to reveal just yet, but in a few laps' time, well, at the end of this race, of course, you will find out. So then, without further ado, let's take a look at the grid. You know the deal, Jamie. 4 drivers at a time for each. So it's pole position for Benz Wallinger. Rahul Patel in second on the grid. Lorenzo Tomaselli, yet again, just like Patel, has had a great qualifying show and qualifying in the top 3 once again, with Max Gillen in P4 in the second Univirtuosi car.
In fifth, we have Thomas Anderson looking to turn around a bad start to the season. P6, we have Chuck McCarthy. Seventh, we have the BTCC champion from last season, Gabriel Quintino. And in eighth, we have the current championship leader, Ruslan Protsiuk.
Yep, that's right. Kyle Burns is down in P9, followed by Tomasz Pascual in the Campos. And Thomas Bennett down in 11th. Behind him is Aaron Curtis in his first qualifying this season outside the top 10.
In P13, we have the ART of Henry Watzel. In 14th, we have the Carlin of Nicholas Sorbach. 15th, myself and Jamie Griffiths. 16th is the Dams of Isaac Fisher.
Yep, that's right. The Azerbaijan race winner, Dudu Kurbi, is all the way down in 17th. So it's unlikely he'll get to make it 2 wins in a row, but you never know. And then his Graf is down in 18th. Jake Galloway, 19th with Daniel Adventure, the man who won here last season, all the way down in 20th. On the back row of the grid, we have the two Rapexes, which are
Mariko Kalovich and Joel Watterson.
Yep, that's right. Now then, time to take a quick look at the weather before we get this race underway. Yeah, it's gonna be dry. Not much of a shock there.
Really big surprise.
Yeah, so pretty much just like the top class qualifying session. But yeah, we're all ready to go. I hope you're ready to go as well, guys, because this race, 40 laps in front of the drivers, and it should be a pretty fun one. Let us know your predictions in the chat. Who do you think is going to win this? And without further ado, it's time to get going. Here we are looking at Waldinger. The round to turn 1 can be very tricky, and many incidents have happened there in the past. Can all 22 drivers get through unscathed? Got 22 drivers, soon we'll have 5 lights, and when those lights go out, we will be racing. And we're racing now. Here they go across the line. And it's a good start for Patel. He's got a very solid launch, but Waldinger manages to keep him behind just a little bit. Watch for Tomaselli behind. He could try something into turn 1. I think he's already passing Patel. I think the Brit might be keeping him behind. They're going to go free wide into turn 1, and Patel will take the lead. No, Tomaselli will. Side by side, still they're going to Patel and Tomaselli. Patel have the inside into free, so he should be able to take the lead. Yes, he can. His teammate Skilla sneaks through to go up into second. Incredible stuff for the Uni Virtuosi crew. But Tomaselli fights back. Back at Skilla, back at Patel, and he's into the lead. Incredible fight back from the Italian. Skilla had a little bit of oversteer there. And, yeah, Waldinger dropped out all the way to P4. Now it's a pretty dramatic start and very entertaining up there at the front. What'd you say?
Yep. Looks like everybody's managed to get through the first couple of corners clean. Looks like nobody hasn't got any damage so far.
Yeah, but up next we're approaching La Caixa, where, as Iedewan said, it's very likely to have an incident on lap 1. Here goes Anderson pulling a move on Waldinger. Can he get through? I think so. Prociuk didn't manage to overtake the Arden though. But Pascual has made the move on Thomas Bear to get... No, Bear held it around the outside. A little bit of a surprise there, but maybe even Curtis can sneak in. Let's see. Now Curtis has to stay back. And so far, no damage for any of the 22 drivers as we complete lap 1. Just like in Bahrain, it's Lorenzo Tomaselli leading with Rahul Patel second. But can the Brit get him? He's got so much slipstream. And looks like this could be an easy pass on the round to turn 1. Let's see. Meanwhile, take a look at this. There's a Charouz trying to move on Anderson. It's Quintino. And they've touched! Oh, Anderson up in the well. He's rolled around many times. That's the end of his race. Yellow flags are out. Yeah, massive crash that was. And there's loads of debris there at the exit of turn 2. Anderson, his entire car has been torn to shreds, really. And oh my goodness me, both of them are out. And of course, in the meantime, Patel took the lead, but this is the thing we need to focus on. So Quintino went for the move. He was very aggressive, but he just overstepped his braking, went far too wide, and Anderson got wiped out by that. He tried to take all the evasive action he could. There was nothing he could do. Prociuk also went very wide in the meantime, but he avoided the carnage. Yeah, this is a pretty hefty one, this crash. And hopefully Anderson is okay. He should be. But even so, that's a really scary one. I'd say it's even more scary than the crash we had on in Zandvoort on lap 1 between Fashry and Adventure. But yeah. My goodness me.
Yeah, I think I kind of jinxed him in when we were showing the grids.
How many rolls did he have? He rolled 3 times. That's just crazy. And let's take one last look at it. From McCarthy's perspective behind, his teammate went for a very audacious move, and in the end, Truck gained 2 places as a result.
Yeah, insert Mark Webber screaming right there.
Yeah, indeed. Looks like Anderson pretty much did a wheelie. Meanwhile, Prociuk, I think he's been overtaken by Curtis behind. Wait, no, Quintino is still in the race. So it's only Anderson who's out. Quintino gets away without any sort of damage. How is this possible?
Might want to check for some overtakes maybe in the yellow flag zone there. Looks like there was a lot of side-by-side action.
Watzel's out as well!
Oh.
It's both our Grand Prix cars. He's collected the debris! I thought everyone got front scathed, but that's not the case. It was Watzel who overtook Prociuk, not Curtis. But that will come to nothing because Henry Watzel is out of the Spanish Grand Prix, and Prociuk has taken damage as well. This is big for the championship leader. And big, not in a good way.
Oh, Pascal hit him, I think.
Are you sure?
Might have come close.
That was really tight,
combo right there.
I'm not sure. Either way, Prochuk is already struggling with that damage. And let's see what happened to Pascal here. Did he run into the back of him? No, he didn't. He hit a
He went
piece of
through.
the wing, but he went through unscathed, thankfully. And Bennett also took advantage of this. We'll have to investigate all flag passes, I guess, though. Like, Watzel would probably get a penalty for this if he didn't retire, right, like immediately afterwards. Let's see Pascal and Bennett.
I think Pascal.
No, yellow came out after he
got
was
it just
already
before
in
he went
front.
yellow.
Yeah, so he gets away with it.
Yeah.
But Griffiths
Split second.
overtook Zorbach into towards turn 1. He passed his
Ow.
teammate under yellow flags, and that's a slam dunk 5-second penalty, I'm afraid, for the Welshman. Now then, Adventure. Does he get a penalty as well? Yeah, got past Dudu Corby, so that's Griffiths and Adventure who pick up
Penalty.
penalties on lap 2. Can you confirm it, Flo?
No penalties for everyone because they were already in the moves, and GP4 is not good at that. It's only a penalty when they start the move and then overtake in the yellow flag zone, and the move was started before the yellow flag zone.
Well, alright then, you heard the man, no penalties, so they get away with it.
I get the benefit. of it,
Adventure
right?
and Griffiths. Now then, Tomaselli is defending from Skillen behind. But Skillen switched to the outside. They're at the end of it. Now we're looking at Griffiths. Can he get past Curtis? No, he cannot. Fashway with a big
I
lock
think
up there. There's been a
Danish
crash.
beat this
It's
one.
Corby and Graf.
Oh, that's contact.
Yeah, they've collided here, and Graf just plowed into the back of him. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking there, to be honest with you.
A bit of a silly move there from Graf. Outbroke himself and paid the consequence, I guess. They're like away
Yeah, I
now.
can say that again. Now then, we're looking at Max Skillen on board with the Scotsman, who's in the tow, Lorenzo Tomaselli, and just like Timur Hobetel on the previous lap, he should be able to get past
Needs to
easily,
get
but this
the
is a yellow
yellow
flag
flag
zone, let's not forget. So will Skillen take the penalty? Yes, he will. 5 seconds for
Yep.
Max Skillen,
5
pretty much confirmed.
seconds for him.
And so he's the first to pick up a penalty. Will we have any others? Looks like Adventure. He escaped the penalty
Anyway,
first time
Adventure
around, but
to
he's
the-
getting one now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Skillen
5-second
and
penalty for
Adventure.
Adventure and for Skillen. And Wallinger has overtaken Tomaselli. Into turn 4 he got him. Very nice effort there from the Hungarian. Tomaselli went very deep. Managed to keep it on the track, but he couldn't manage to keep the podium place.
Oh, we got a
Now
move
let's
there.
see Galloway. Looks like he's picked up a penalty as well.
Yeah, Galloway
That
got
legal
one.
overtake.
Yep.
So it's Adventure, Galloway, and Skillen have 5-second penalties as stands.
I think I went
Now
for a move
Kalevich
there on
rather than
someone. I think it
overtake
was
it turn
Curtis.
4. Yeah. Graf and Corby with some very long stops to repair their damage. Now, could Skillen maybe catch Rahul Patel? The two teammates are racing each other, of course. Bernie Virtuosi. But Skillen has picked up a penalty, which could be crucial later on in the race. Now, Chuck
Yeah.
McCarthy. The only Charouz
Team
left in the
Uni.
point. We're looking at him. Adventure. He made 2 overtakes during yellow flag conditions. He got away with it the first time around, but the second time around it's a penalty for him. Anderson's car is still being retrieved,
Because,
and appears
got
Skillen
the yellow
is gaining on
flag,
teammate
so-
Patel. Gap is 1.1 seconds. Patel says the fastest lap, but Skillen immediately takes it away. He's gained a further 2/10 on his teammate, so Skillen is really going fast at the moment.
might be some
Yellow
team
flags have
orders
been
and,
removed.
here.
Quite short, to be honest with you. Anyway, Tomaselli, he appears to be bogging down a little bit. You know, Alcaraz is going defensive from a fast rate behind him. Look at Warsen, he's
Got some
made the
action
move
here.
on Galloway, nice and easy. Yeah, now fast
Looking
rate,
for Sharon
he's gonna line up
Curtis.
Curtis for a pass into turn 4. Can he get past the Irishman? Curtis goes extremely wide, and fast rate is through successfully. Maybe even his teammate Daniel Adventure. No, he's not close enough just yet.
I've been pronouncing Isaac's name wrong.
Well, according to Joe, it's fast race. I'm just going with his pronunciation. Anyway, one man of pronunciation you don't have to worry about too much is Max Skillen because he's called right after his teammate Rahul Patel in the meantime. So it could be seeing some action between the Unai Virtuosi drivers. Now here goes Griffiths down the inside of Bennett.
Austin and Welshman action.
Yeah, and Bennett was able to hold it around the outside. Griffiths has to slow down quite some. It's invited Fastray to chase right after him. And speaking of chase, here goes Skillen chasing after Patel. How long will his teammate fight him? How long can he keep him behind? Mexican seems to have a lot of pace at the moment. He's going for the inside. Will Patel fight him? Doesn't look like it. Skillen's through into the lead of the race.
I was going to bear in mind that Skillen's got the 5-second penalty. Could come into play
Yeah,
later, perhaps.
I think that penalty is especially why he's pushing so hard now. He wants to offset it as soon as he can. At least that's my thought. Now then, Isaac Fastray lining up Jamie Griffiths for an overtake in towards turn 1. Looks like he's got him. Meanwhile, Adventure is finally overtaking Curtis in the same place.
We've seen some good racing down into that first corner.
Well, yeah, it's not too difficult to overtake, unlike in real life. So if you can get the move done nicely, you're all set, really. If you get close enough of a good enough line. You know, Alkalovich tried to pass Galloway there, but wasn't able to do it. Gabriel Quintino,
be careful,
the man who caused some carnage on lap 2, is down in 17th and catching up to these guys. He's lucky not to take any damage, and he still wants to exploit the pace he has. Now, Isaac Fastray, looking at him, could he make it 2 places in a single lap by passing Thomas Bennett in towards Lakaisha? Looks like Bennett will cover him off the inside. Well, Fastray goes for nonetheless. Yeah, great dive, and he's got him. Up into 8th place goes the Brit.
Yep.
And now the Welsh duel has resumed. Griffiths is right behind Bennett once again. And Darren Adventure is joining this fight as well. So these two guys in a little bit of a damn sandwich, I should say.
Yeah, Dam's looking pretty quick so far in the, well, especially his last lap or 2.
Yeah.
He's making a lot of moves.
Now then, we're looking at Tomasz Pascual attacking Kyle Burns. The American not trying to defend too much the inside towards turn 1. Can Pascual get him? And yes, he can. Easy pass there for the Portuguese driver. As now Griffiths is lining up a move on his compatriot. Thomas Bennett into turn 1. He's got him nice and clean. Now Bennett will have to deal with Daniel Adventure. An interesting fact, by the way, last season, of course, Daniel Adventure dominated the race, but he could have lost if Thomas Bennett caught him and passed him. However, Bennett had a failure. Now these two guys are battling for real, and Bennett goes very wide and Adventure is through. So just like last year, Adventure prevails in their battle. But this time, it's a straight fight. It's not like Bennett had any mechanical issues this time around. But Bennett seems to have a deficit in pace at the moment. You know, looking at Graf, setting up a move on Protsuk. Could he get him towards turn 1? Yes, not too difficult there for the German. Now, Curtis is lining up Bennett in towards Lakaisha. The Welshman defends, but the Irishman sees a gap. However, it was close, too late for him to make the move, and Bennett stays in front, holds on to P11. Now then, Skillen's increased his lead to Patel around about 2 seconds. Let's see if he can gain any more. And yeah, he can. He's gained a further 3/10. It appears so at the moment. Skillen is looking very strong. Of course, fuel loads could tell a different story. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yep, Curtis versus Bennett round 2.
Yep. Electric Boogaloo, I'd say. And looks like this time Curtis can get through very easily. And yeah, no difficulty there for the Irishman, who's into the top 11 now, 1 place off the points.
Maybe use every point you can. I believe he is in that championship hunt at the moment.
Well, it's still too early to say. Anyone could get into it with few well-placed results. So yeah, Max Skillen at the moment, he's got 15.5 laps of fuel in his wagon. So we'll be expecting him to pit around about the laps 18 or 19, I dare say. But his pace looks good at the moment, even with that 5-second penalty.
Looking pretty decent as well.
Yeah, I think he's right behind Chuck McCarthy in the battle for P5. Yeah, he is. Can the Portuguese man get past him? Now into Sector 3, can't. But if he gets past him, he'll be very close to his teammate Tomaselli. And Tomaselli will try his best not to give any slipstream to McCarthy. And I think, I think the Italian is good. Skillen sets another fastest lap. He is flying out there. As now here goes Pascual. McCarthy can't do anything to defend himself other than weave. But that's all he can do. Pascual should easily fly past him in towards turn 1. And why, yes, he can.
Simple move.
Yeah. Now look at this,
He's
Kalovic.
Kalovic.
He's going for a move on the inside of Galloway. Looks like this will be an easy pass. And indeed it is. No issue whatsoever. And yeah, he's up a place. I'm into 15th.
Decent effort by Kalovic so far.
Yeah, forgive me.
In fact,
Yeah,
both
indeed.
Rapax drivers.
Yeah, the Rapexes have been pushing. They started way out at the back. Maybe points could be a tall order, but you never know. Now Skillen's lead to Patel has gone up to 3.7 seconds, now 3.9.
I'm wondering if Valdinger is actually chipping away at Patel's gap between, well, gap for second there, ever so slightly.
Well, the gap between them looks pretty solid at 1.3 seconds, but we'll just have to come back and check. Galloway was going defensive there for a bit on Gabriel Quintino, but there was no real threat. Now Skillen, he hasn't set a fast lap this time around, but he's gained 4.1 on Patel, and Patel's actually increased his advantage even just a tiny little bit to Benz Valdinger behind him. Meanwhile, further in the background, we got the two compounds getting closer together. It looks like Paschal will be able to mount quite a charge, and he should have no problem getting past his teammate Tomaselli. And who knows, maybe Paschal could even challenge for the podium at this rate.
He's definitely got a lot of pace in that Campos. He could be on a light fuel load. I think Tomaselli. You know, they're on relatively similar fuel loads, I believe. Both
Isn't it the exact same?
It's a lap separating them, never mind.
Oh yeah, it is a
I
little
don't know
different.
how much of a difference a lap makes.
Oh yeah, Paschal is 1 lap lighter. Well, even if you offset that, you should still have a genuine pace advantage, and he's deploying it. He's going for the outside, that's audacious. Which is to the inside into La Caixa.
Switching it.
Tomaselli holds them up.
Yep, great defensive work there from the veteran. So that they're both veterans in GP2. I think they both made their debut quite a while back.
Well, yeah, not too long ago, but still they're back, and they want to prove their mettle. As Tomaselli, not eager to let that position go so easily, though I think there will be some team orders on his radio. Let's see, though. Paschal has a lot of slipstream, and with this overlap, should be able to get past him no problems in towards turn 1.
Yeah, he'll get to a break in you.
Yeah.
He does. And up into 4th.
And yeah, Campos have got the switch they needed, and now Paschal is free to chase after podium sitters. As we got another teammate battle between the two Rapax of Kalovic and Waterstone, and Kalovic goes through, dives it down the inside of turn 1. He's got him nice and clean. Next target for him is Nicholas Zorbach.
Yep. Oh, yeah, here comes Galloway on Watson.
Yeah, but Watson shut the door there and was able to keep him behind. Zorbach has 14 laps of fuel, so he's going for a little bit of an overcut, I'd say. So watch out for him in the second stint, but I don't think he's too focused on the first stint right now. As Ludo Corby manages to pass Busan Pro Junior for 1. Now Fashray, he's got up to the back of Kyle Burns, but he can't pass him here. No chance.
Just for a sec, the angle didn't make it come together.
Kalovic is going for a move on Zorbach, who shuts the door and keeps him behind.
Yeah,
it's clear the Bosnian has a lot of pace. Yeah, he has a lot of pace on his lighter fuel load. And speaking of a lot of pace, Skillen is flexing his. He's built up a lead of 5.7 seconds on Patel, who has a roughly similar gap to Valdinger as it was before.
Yep. He's proven
Valdinger might have to worry about Paschal soon enough, who is 2.4 seconds down, or 2.8 seconds. Fashray has finally got past Kyle Burns there and towards turn 1. As now, Kalovic, who's had personal best lap, is attacking Zorbach. No issue here. He's got past him.
Yep,
incredible race so far.
One on the grid.
Yeah, indeed. Now, Skillen. He's gained a third 0.2 of a second in Sector 1 on Patel. Let's see in Sector 2 if he can maintain his gains.
5.8 in the last sector.
It's over 6 seconds now.
so he's
You know,
definitely
Pascual
gonna-
is 2.7 exactly behind Wallinger. Keep a close eye on that gap, because he might be able to catch the Hungarian.
Yes, notice the gap changing at the bottom. Looks like me and the Ventura are closing in on Kyle Burns for P8.
Yeah, we'll
Kyle
just have to
just
wait.
closing in on Thomas
Just wait
Bennett.
and see. Meanwhile, Joel Watson has caught up to the back of Nicholas Zorbach. He might be trying to overtake him soon enough. Let's see. As Wallinger completes lap 11, what's the gap like? Pascual's gained the further 10th, and
1.5.
Wallinger also lost the 10th to Patel. So I think Patel and Pascual are evenly matched.
Oh,
Now
side
that
by side
Griffith-
action.
He's diving past Burns and towards turn 1. He should be able to easily get through on him. And why, yes. Easy pass there,
Yay.
as now Daniel Adventure is up next to attack Burns. Now then, here comes Jake Galloway. He's attacking Waterson, so it looks like Zorbach was able to shake him off, and Galloway dives through. Now Adventure forcing Burns
Adventure.
wide. He's up in the 9th place here. But Burns is eager to fight back in towards turn 5, the Sandboard corner. Into Wilf, he's staying back.
On the outside.
I was unable to fight back there, I'd say. And now. But
If he stays
Ooh.
close, he might have a chance
off
in
a
the back
smoke
straight. Oh,
there,
I hit my wheel
Jamie
into the gravel.
Griffiths, can we take a look at it? He must have made a mistake there into the chicane of turn 7 and 8. Because he left quite a puff of dust there. Let's see again. Yeah, he went onto the gravel a little bit. It's definitely cost him some grip. Just dip the wheel in the gravel, then put it back out on track. Still, it's a costly error, and all the hard work all the hard work he performed, pull that gap. He's gonna have to do it again to ensure safety. Now Kalovich sending it on Bennett, and they've collided. Kalovich spins it. No, he doesn't spin it.
He kept it.
He was able to recover it.
Kept it together. Seems like a lot of moving there on the straight.
Well,
And Kalovich
two
got the-
interesting moments in the
outside.
space of 2 corners there, I'd say. And Bennett, thankfully, is keeping the car in one piece and pointing in the right direction. But how long can he keep Kalovich behind him? You can see the Bosnian is very hungry for position.
So let's go back to catch back up to Kalovich a bit as well, but Kalovich without the slipstream here should be an easy move.
Yeah, the gap was 1.6 seconds to Zorbach, but it's definitely a whole lot less now. I don't think Kalovich will be too fussed about that, because he's setting up the move on Bennett, and this time around he should be able to make it no contact, as Zorbach is being overtaken by
Galloway.
Jake Galloway behind. Meanwhile, Wallinger is 1.3 seconds behind Patel. Pascual is 2 seconds behind Wallinger, so both gaps are starting to close down a bit.
Gillen's gap's now up to 7.5.
Yeah, he's dominating this race. He's offset the penalty already. Now Quintino going for the move on Waterson. The Kiwi is forced wide, and the Brazilian is through.
Watson got an issue? Or no, he's just going slow there.
Yeah, he had a really bad line in turn 4 and can defend his position. Lost a lot of time as a result of that. Now looking at Fasher attacking
Inside,
McCarthy. Will he
sure.
switch to the inside and Lakaisha? No, he will not. He's staying put behind for a little longer. Now Galloway. Can he pressure Zorbach and take the place away from him? Looks like Zorbach was able to defend himself well into turn 1, but can he say the same into Lakaisha? Turn 10, here comes Galloway, and Zorbach covered the inside and kept them behind quite nicely. Now then, Isaac Fashray, pressuring Chuck McCarthy. Let's see.
P6.
He's in the slipstream of the Irishman. Yeah. And Fashray gets past him, no problem whatsoever. The Griffiths could have some trouble because Daniel Adventure is getting closer and closer to him. So it'll be interesting to see. As we're now on lap 14 out of 40, we're getting close to a halfway point. Now Galloway and Zorbach back at it again for round 2 at turn 1. And this time Galloway's got him.
Yep, another easy move at the first corner. Definitely the best overtaking part of the track, I guess.
Yeah, Zorbach struggling for grip on this strategy at the moment, as now Quintino will dive it past him. Zorbach goes very wide, and Quintino is up in the 15th place. But Zorbach, of course, feels a little heavier than these guys, and it's also having an impact quite clearly.
Yep.
Now then, I think Wallinger's gained a little bit on Patel. Yeah, the gap is 1.1 seconds. And
Yes, it looks
Pascual,
the
take a look at
Charles
that. He's
Ivan
1.3
plus.
behind Ballinger. So Pascual is Tomasz Pascual is clearly much faster than the two in front of him. So this will be an interesting climax to this fight. As now Warson is pressuring Zorbak, who's moving all over the place.
It's a great
And
performance.
I need to ask, Jamie, what do you think of this race so far? Did you enjoy it? Not just for your drive in particular, but overall.
It's definitely been entertaining. There's been a lot of overtakes, which is quite contrast to what you see at Spain usually in real life. So,
well,
nice
yeah,
to see.
GP4 is a whole lot different than the real Circuit of Barcelona Catalunya is. That's for sure.
Yes, as even with the last game. I've always meant displeasure with
now
that
then, Warson, he doesn't want to dive it past Zorbak. He's staying put behind. And maybe you can get enough of a run to get past him towards turn 4. Let's see. Zorbak defends the inside, and Warson doesn't even think of sending it. So yeah, Warson clearly not being too eager to finish the attack right now. I think he wants to take his time. As Thomas Bennett is quite under a lot of pressure now from Jake Galloway behind him, who will be pressuring him, I assume. And watch for Gabriel Quintino, he is also in this fight, right there. Galloway is going for the outside. Will he switch to the inside? Yes, he will. But he backs out of it at the last moment. Now Warson attacks Zorbak and has to stay behind.
Ooh.
A little bit of oversteer there. As now look at this, Wallinger is within a second of Rahul Patel, but he's gonna have to be careful because you could say the same about Tomasz Pascual right behind him.
Yep.
Now Tomaselli appears to have been caught by Isaac Fashry in 6th. So with the battle for P5, looks like it's intensifying just a little bit. Now then Galloway should be able to get past Bennett towards turn 1, let's see. As Warson is also eyeing up Zorbak behind, Galloway is through. And Zorbak manages to hold on the outside of turn 1, using his experience to thwart the Kiwi's plans.
It was Quintino on Bennett.
Yeah, can he dive past into turn 4? Bennett shuts the door. Quintino goes very deep. Yeah, now then, Griffiths went into turn 7 and ain't no problem this time around. And can he get past McCarthy now? Into Lakaisha is a little far down, but he's gonna send it nonetheless. But he's having to stay put. McCarthy had the grip, had the gap. Now then, Bennett under threat of losing another place, this time from Gabriel Quintino, who's gaining on him in the slipstream. Bennett defending the inside, Quintino switches to the inside, but has to stay behind. He wasn't too confident on the brakes, but let's see if Isaac Fashry will be in his quest to get past Lorenzo Tomaselli.
And be a late dive here.
Yeah, it will. And can he get through? Tomaselli goes extremely wide. He's gone off the track with 2 wheels.
He's still there though.
But he's lost the place. He's gonna have to concede. Griffiths went for a move on McCarthy in the meantime. Ooh, they almost touched.
Oh yeah.
Incredible. Just a little bit of a brush. But Griffiths had to lose quite a lot of momentum as a result of that. And now he might be vulnerable. Now Quintino on Bennett. It's another chance. Meanwhile, Warson will have another chance himself on Zorbak. Quintino is through and Warson is finally through. Meanwhile, take a look at this. Pascual is just half a second down on Wallinger. Patel's been able to pull away just a little bit from the Hungarian. So it looks like Patel will be able to hold on to second a little longer. As now Adventure is trying to get in this fight as well. Griffiths needs a good run through Kamsa to get the slipstream he needs on track McCarthy. And looks like he might have a shot into Lakaisha. We'll just have to wait and see. No, McCarthy went very defensive and Griffiths didn't even try to bother attacking. Adventure had a little look there on the outside, but there wasn't enough of a run to manifest an overtake.
Balding is definitely closing on Patel here.
Yeah, but take a look at this. Pascual is closer to him than he is to Patel. He's gonna have to watch his mirrors, I think. Let's see.
He's 6 attempts behind him. I don't think he's gonna make the move into turn 1 just yet.
No, he's staying put for now. and just biding his time. We still got a long way to go in this race, let's not forget. As then Adventure doesn't want to bide his time. He's going after Jamie Griffiths right now. Can he get him into turn 1? And the answer is yes, he can. Up into P8 goes the previous race winner. And look at this, Jamie Griffiths has a pit call, so he'll be diving into the pits at the end of this lap for the first scheduled stop of the day. And not just him, but quite a lot of people as well, including Galloway, Curtis, a big number of drivers, I should add. Kalovich too, who has been getting on Aaron Curtis for the past few laps. Now then,
Yeah.
Griffiths seems to still have the pace to stay up there close to the back of Adventure. So let's see if he can launch any sort of counterattack on this lap before he pits, or if he'll just try to get him via undercut.
I would say the second option would probably be the best option.
Well, yeah. Adventure feels
Yeah,
the
look
need to
at,
defend either way,
Alfie.
though. Now, Kalovich staying close on the back of Curtis. Both these guys will be pitting together, of course. So it'll be a battle of the mechanics. Rapax against Prema. And speaking of
Here comes
Prema,
Pascal.
one of the Prema is under heavy attack from Tomasz Pascual behind him. Can he get past Vallinger towards turn 1? He's gaining in the slipstream. I don't think it's going to be enough. Vallinger going defensive, and Pascual could send it, yes!
He's gonna backed out of it at the last second. Wise
He just
decision.
didn't have the gap, and he was the wise man to think better of it and stay behind. Now Adventure, they'll be coming in this lap, almost touching the back of McCarthy there. Now can Pascual get past Vallinger into turn 4? Vallinger goes wide, and Pascual goes through.
Yep. Does he?
Good move.
No, I think he's
from the
just really
Portuguese
quick,
man.
actually.
Yeah, he's up into the podium places. And now Adventure, now he's got McCarthy, and both these guys will be in at the same time. And let's see, maybe Jamie Griffiths could jump both of them while they're squabbling. We just have to wait and see. 7.9 stop for Kalovich, but it was enough to jump Curtis, who had an even worse stop. Galloway's was even more terrible.
Some of
9.3.
these guys may get held up in traffic as well.
Yeah. Vallinger still very close to back of Pascual. He's eager to get back in front of him, but looks like the Portuguese man might have the measure of him. Meanwhile, Coutinho's teammate Chuck McCarthy will be diving into the pits this lap. And Joel Warsten, we're on board with him. Right onto the back of Thomas Bennett he is, as we're at the halfway
Damn,
point
Jake
in this
Galloway.
race. Yeah. Will Bennett defend the inside? Yes, he will. Warsten just didn't have enough grip to get him in the braking zone. Take a look at this. It's a pit call for Max Killen. The race that we're coming at the end of this lap. But first, it's Chuck McCarthy and Daniel Adventure. These two guys are in direct fight with Jamie Griffiths. And even though they were squabbling on the previous lap, Griffiths might be able to get the undercut on both of them with a solid outlap. Let's see.
Also, if I jump him, I'd probably be slower than them as well, because I'll have a heavier fuel load going to the end.
Well, I mean, nah. These guys usually feel a lap lighter. Zorbach will pass these guys, but Zorbach hasn't pitted yet. Griffiths is the one we need to look out for. As Warson is diving past Bennett, he's got him. And where's Griffiths?
It'd be
There he
close
is.
between me and McCarthy.
This will be close. Griffiths has been able to stay in front of McCarthy. No, he's jumped on McCarthy. He wasn't able to get the jump on Adventure as well.
Yeah,
Now,
looks like
Dennis
Adventure
Graff is
has
into
some
the
good
pits
pace
for his second
on
stop
some
of the day and for a scheduled one. And this looks like a slow stop, 7.7. Not that slow, but yeah. Protsuk is also in. And the championship leader is looking more likely than ever that he'll concede the lead at the end of this race. Max Killen is diving into the pits right now. 3 laps of fuel in his wagon, and he's had a dominant first stint. He might have to worry a little bit in the second stint, but even with his 5-second penalty, he has enough of a cushion to win this race. 8.3 second stop for Skillen, and that's what she wrote. Now, Pascual has caught up to Rahul Patel very quickly and has passed him just as quickly. Tomasz Pascual is up into the lead of the race, provisionally.
Yep.
Max
I wonder
Killen
if he'll be
rejoins
quick
behind Tomaselli.
Knowing Pascal will have a lighter fuel load than Skillen as well, I wonder if he'll be quick enough to maybe try and catch him and get in that 5-second range. the end
Perhaps,
of the
but
race.
let's not forget, in the first stint, everyone has the same tires but different fuel. In the second stint, everyone has the same fuel but different tires. So it's it's a typical scenario for GP2 really. As Quintino comes in, 8.6. That was a pretty slow stop. Wars in 7/10 bear his effort. And yeah. So just because you're faster in the first stint, it means nothing. The other guy could very well have the measure of you yet in the second stint, as Zorbak is catching slowly on the back of Thomas Bennett.
Yeah, it's been quite a disappointing performance so far from Zorbak. But he has been on heavy fuel, or maybe he can show the pace in the second stint.
Yeah. On lighter fuel, he should feel a little more comfortable. Fresh
Skillen must have
tires.
held up.
Yeah, he's being impeded by Renzo Tomaselli, who's not pitting just yet. His teammate Tomasz Pascual is. As a matter of fact, Mexican's gonna have to make the move on track, as his teammate Rahul Patel has a pit call. Pascual is in. Patel takes back the lead, but he'll be coming in this lap. Fast Ray comes in right now, and Skillen on the back of Tomaselli, but can he get past the Italian? Tomaselli defends. And Skillen thinks better of it. He doesn't want to risk a crash. It would throw away all his hard work.
Well,
As
he's
Pascual
definitely
emerges
helping Pascual. He's his teammate, so...
Well, yeah, interesting tactics there from the Campos crew. Anyway, Pascual emerges in P6, and let's see if he can hunt down a Scotsman.
Can get him in turn 4.
Now, neither he can in turn 5. Lorenzo Tomaselli doing quite the rounds to keep Skillen behind. And let's not forget that Max Skillen, Lorenzo Tomaselli will come in this lap. And aside from Skillen, I think it's Adventure and who else who has a penalty?
It was Jake Galloway.
Oh, yeah. Skillen having to slow down there, he stays behind. We'll be expecting his teammate Rahul Patel to come in right about now. And you can see on the mini-map, I think the Brit is in to the pits just about now, I guess. And yeah, he is. Here he goes. You can see the lead over to Ben Svallinger. Tomaselli finally comes in and relieves Skillen of his pain. But Mexican has definitely lost a little bit of time. Could this be consequential when we get to race end? Who knows? Either way, he won't be too happy with what Tomaselli has done. 6.9 seconds stop from Patel. That's the quickest I've ever seen today. Yeah. Pascual, he should be able to merge in front of Patel, no problem whatsoever. And yeah, he's clear. Tomaselli 7.2 seconds stop. And where exactly will he merge? It'll be close to Adventure, tell you what. He'll be behind Griffiths as well. And can he stay out in front of McCarthy? Yes. Burns joins as well in P11. Yeah. Wait, is that a DNF? Oh yeah, it's just Watzel. Don't mind me. As we got a pit call for Ben Svallinger, the provisional race leader, and the pulser will hand it back to Max Skillen. Right about in the sector's time when he comes in. Skillen is catching him, so the impact of pressure tires is very clear. Skillen's already gained 8 tenths in the last sector alone. But Svallinger is the man Skillen has to worry about. What you say?
I just looked at the gaps. It was close. It was close between. Actually, no, it might have been at intervals actually. But if it was the gap to the leader, then it would have been quite close.
I think it was the gap between one driver and the next one, but
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it definitely is. You can see now. No worries, Jamie. We all make mistakes from time to time. It's all right. As Max Skillen sets the fastest lap, he doesn't want to let Pascual have it.
Yeah,
and now Svallinger really perhaps jump Patel with 7.1 stop. It's slower than the Brits. And let's see where he'll emerge. Pascual goes through. We'll be expecting Patel to come through any second now. There he is.
There he goes.
Fastray is actually getting close in this fight as well. Yeah, Fastray is just a second behind Ben Svallinger as it stands. Now then, we've got a 12-second gap between the leaders. But Pascual doesn't have to chase him down and gain all those 12 seconds. He just needs to gain 7 because Max Skillen has a 5-second penalty. So this will be very, very interesting. Pascual had incredible pace as he fought his way through the field. But Max Skillen's dominated the first stint utterly. And it will be a battle of nerves, a battle of wits, and a battle of tactics to see which one of these guys will prevail. Can Pascual gain anything in Sector 2? He gained the 10th there, so Tomasz Pascual might have a little bit of an edge on Max Skillen. The Scotsman might have to worry about that. And let's not forget, he's on older tires than the Portuguese man. So even though the pace disadvantage might not be so large at the moment, in 10 laps time or so, it could be a whole lot bigger. Because the tire wear is a factor, quite definitely, here in Barcelona.
And of course, it's usually quite hot and quite slick here. So,
Yeah. This will all be a matter of tire management, as Pascual is 12 seconds exactly onto the back of Skillen. He's pulled quite a decent gap through Hopital. Looks like the British Indian driver won't be any sort of threat to him. It's now Galloway, who has a penalty, of course, has been caught up by Gabriel Quintino.
The battle for P13.
Quintino, after that massive blunder he committed on lap 2, he's still pushing hard and is very eager to get himself back in the points.
So Quintino was lucky there's no penalties in the lower tiers.
Well, yeah, that is true.
For collisions, anyway.
Quintino is gaining, but it's not close enough. Not at the moment, anyway. Now, looking at Kalovic, who's climbed up all the way up into the top 10. Quite impressive effort. And I think Fasher could be catching Wallinger. Pascual's gained another 10th on Skillen in the meantime, as now Adventure is pulling away from Griffiths, but the pole has to deal with a 5-second penalty for overtaking under yellow flags on lap 3. So while he may be ahead on track, at the moment virtually, Griffiths is the one who will be in front of Adventure. So the pole needs to find some more time, and there it is! Fastest lap from Pascual. He's definitely starting to push harder now. 11.7. 11.6 is gained 4 tenths on the previous lap. To Max Skillen.
This could be interesting.
Yeah, and remember, Pascual doesn't need to go all the way. As long as he's within 5 seconds of Skillen, that'll be enough. Because unlike in real life, you can't serve a penalty in the pit lane. Since the penalty isn't actually in the game, it's just something the host decides and applies after the race, as Quintino easily passes Galloway.
Yep, another easy pass of that corner.
So let us know, guys, who's gonna win this? Is it gonna be Max Skillen or is it gonna be Tomasz Pascual? Under normal circumstances, I'd say Skillen 100% wins it, but this isn't exactly normal circumstances because he has to deal with a 5-second penalty for overtaking his own teammate under yellow flags. Wait, no, was it his teammate or was it Ben Wallinger who he passed under yellows? It was one of the two either way, but still.
I think it might have been his teammate.
Yeah. Anyway, what is the gap now?
Did take a look at it.
11.8.
Yeah, he's pulled away.
Just a little bit, he started to respond. Then again, Pascual might be on a cooldown lap for now, trying to manage his tires and whatnot.
Go for it with the last 10
as now
laps,
Patel
maybe.
is nursing a 1.4 gap to Ben Wallinger. These two guys have been this close pretty much the entire race. And even though Pascual waltzed past both of them, these two have been pretty much inseparable. As look at this, Isaac Fasher is just 1 second down on Wallinger. So it could be a three-way fight for the podium place. What do you think?
Definitely very interesting.
Yeah. Meanwhile, another thing I want to point out, the gap between Adventure and Griffiths has gone up to 4.2 seconds. So Adventure getting closer and closer to the 5-second margin he needs to stay in front. As Quintino goes very deep
made
here.
an error.
Yeah. He's locked up there. Locked up his inside, his front wheels there, I should say. And yeah, lost a little bit of time. He's got up to Chuck McCarthy quite well. And let's see how long it'll take the Bosnian to make the move. He's going for the outside. Looks like he'll switch back. Yes, he does. Can he send it past McCarthy? Yes, he can. And he's in front. No contact, no drama, just the position.
Great elbows out racing.
Yeah, indeed. Now then, Zorbach coming down in 17th place. He's chasing Thomas Bennett. The gap is now 11.999, so it's almost 12 seconds Well, it's 12 seconds pretty much exactly.
By the
Just
way,
Skillen and Pascal.
I wanted to say that Dennis Graf has extraordinary pace because he pitted twice and he catched up back to the pack.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that is something interesting to point out. Anyway, Pascal has lost the 10th to Skillen, so he needs to get his mojo back and chase after the Scotsman, because he just needs to gain 7 seconds in 13 laps. It's definitely doable. We'll just have to wait and see, or maybe he's just managing his tires now, looking after them, so he can push as hard as he needs to at the very end of it. Because Skillen's tires are older, of course, let's not forget, so he'll have a harder time managing his than Pascal. Now then,
Yes.
12.2 the gap has gone up to, but how much is Max Skillen burning up his tires?
Judging by the gap, not a lot.
Well, we'll see. His pace is solid, but we can't say the same for tire life. That will come to be revealed later on in the race. Now then, Pascal, can he improve on his personal best lap? No, he can't. He's losing time. But on the last sector, he was evenly matched to Skillen, so he stopped losing ground there, at the very least. So he knows where he needs to push harder, and he knows where he needs to manage. Skillen is looking really quick right now, but can his tires take him all the way to the end? And of course they will take him all the way to the end, but can they take him all the way to the end while maintaining enough grip? Because that's the bigger question. 12.2 the gap, but we expect it to go down in his last 12 laps. Now then, Gabriel Quintino is caught up to Aaron Curtis and should be able to pass him no issue in towards turn 1. Here they go! And easy pass there. Meanwhile, Adventure has pulled 5.3 seconds on Griffiths, so even with the penalty, he'll be ahead of the Welshman. Now then, Graf has caught up to Zorbach, who's defending frantically into 1. Graf didn't even think about attacking. Got a great run though, but a little bit too close, getting the third gear and losing down for turn 3. Still he's close, and he could attack him into 4. Zorbach shuts the door though and keeps him behind. Now Skillen, 12.3 on Pascal. Well, the gap B as bodies complete their laps, and Skillen's actually lost 3 tenths on this lap. They were finally starting to kick in just a little bit for the Scotsman. Let's see if Pascal can gain anything. No, he's actually lost a tenth. Ooh, big lock up here for Jake Galloway. And now Graf and Zorbach back at it again. Can Graf get past his compatriot towards Kaisha? No, very early on the brakes for the German. And he's having to stay behind Zorbach.
Doesn't want to repeat
the into. Yeah. 12.3, Pascal clawed back a 10th in the first sector. Got 11 laps to go for Max Skillen. And he's managed to race very well so far. But that penalty might bite him in the end, as he will be catching up to some traffic soon enough, that being Ruslan Procuk in front. Maybe the traffic could play right into Tomasz Pascal's hand. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. We'll be getting an update on the gap very, very soon. 12.3 is the exact same. Skillen has stopped gaining. Now, Fashray. He continues to chase Waldinger hard. He's only 200 down in his personal best in the middle sector. This will be a three-way fight for P3. Can Patel hold on and get his second podium in 3 races in GP2? Or will one of the older timers have something to say about it? What do you think, Jamie? Who's going to come out top on this fight for third?
I believe that Fasher is going to come out on top. He has the pace.
Yeah.
But actually, it looks like he might have dropped off a little bit in that last sector.
I have a feeling Patel might be able to hold on. I'm not quite sure. We'll just have to wait and see. 10 laps to go, and this is a very interesting race without a doubt. Adventure is 3.5 seconds down on his teammate Fashray, but he will not be a factor. Even if he catches up, he still has that penalty to contend with. Now we're looking at Jake Galloway, who has the penalty of his own. They should have no problem diving past Aaron Curtis and towards turn 1. Here goes the Brit, and he's got him. Nice and easy.
In 2.13 from here comes Dennis Graf. Actually, he's a little bit too far. start to
Yeah,
try and leave there on Zorbach.
not close enough, and Zorbach is an expert at defense, still driving. He's managing the gap very well, not giving Graf the space he needs, the grip he needs, the gap he needs to come up with the move he needs to get past. Though you could just about now. Will Zorbach shut the door on him? He will,
No,
but Graf just
got
has
him.
better grip and gets past him. So I think even someone as good at defending as Zorbach knows when a battle is not worth fighting for any longer. Now then, let's look at Pascual. How much more can he gain on Max Skillen, if at all? 12.4, he's unable to gain at the moment. He's just gonna have to hope that he's gonna lose a lot of time in traffic and that his tires to pick up quite some wear. Because both these guys are evenly matched in pace. They're evenly matched on the daily squad for Pascual. He needs to be faster if he wants to win this race. And what do you think?
Yeah,
12.3 the gap is now. So it's tug of war.
Gotta hope for a big drop off.
Yeah,
in
these two
tires.
guys are in a tug of war for 1/10 of a second, I'd say. And they're just this closely matched together on pace. And Skillen will be catching Ruslan Protiuk soon, and Protiuk could, willingly or not, be Pascual's greatest asset in this race. Now Patel's pulled a little of a gap to Ben Zwalinger, I think. As Graf continues to push and flex his pace, he's caught up to Thomas Bennett real quick. And how long will it take for him to pass his teammate?
Vision by Graf's pace, it probably shouldn't take too long, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Wallinger is
been quite
7
good
tenths down on
himself.
Patel. He's really in the fight, and Fashri is 6 tenths down on Wallinger. It's a proper freeway fight, and just who's gonna come out on top. Patel needs to nail his exits to make sure these guys don't have any sort of opportunity in towards turn 1. Wallinger is close, but I don't think he'll be close enough this time, even with the slipstream. Let's see, as we look at Adventure, he is more than comfortably 6th in a race of his own. Even with his penalty, he'll still be comfortably in front of Griffith, so he has nothing to worry about. He just needs to bring it home.
Yeah,
Now then.
I've got to hope for a big drop off in his tires as well.
Well, his tires are quite fresh, so I doubt it. Anyway, here goes Graf, very close to back at teammate Bennett. And I have to wonder, where is Protiuk? Because the closer Skillen gets to him, the more of a thorn he could be in his side. Of a thorn, sorry. Now then, here goes Graf, and no team orders here. It's just a straight up fight, and he should have no issue. Even though he wasn't ordered on team radio, I'm sure Bennett knows not to make life difficult for his teammate, who's simply much faster at the moment. Graf was able to go past without a hitch there. 12.6 between the gap between the leaders. The drop-off Pascual was hoping for just hasn't happened yet, and Skillen is not even catching Ruslan Protiuk at the moment.
Seems like he's comfortable at the minute where he is. Maybe he feels like he doesn't need to catch the car in front. Just let him drive away a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, 12.7. Skillen's gained even more. Now then, we might just have to take our ways off a potential fight for the lead and focus our eyes on this fight. It's a freeway battle, which will last all the way to the end, I'm sure. But who'll prevail? Patel's been in front of Wallinger this entire race ever since he got him off the line. But will that remain the case when we get to the end or not? We'll just have to wait and see. Or maybe could Fashri get the jump on both these guys and take spoil for himself. Only time will tell. But we can definitely tell that Joel Warston is going for a move on Aaron Curtis. And should be able to have him into turn 1, no problem. Or maybe not. Curtis is defending well around the outside. And he keeps the position a little longer.
Yep.
Now look at this. Wallinger is just 4 tenths down on Patel. He's closer than he's ever been in this race to the back of the Brit, and he wants that podium, I'm sure. Now, towards turn 5, I'm sure Warston won't try anything, and he's not Sam Bird, he knows that, and he stays put behind. Graf is 7 seconds down. He might yet be able to catch him before the end of this race, especially if these guys keep squabbling. I'll just have to wait and see.
I believe Curtis might have had a
Out
little
of
bit of
Kamsa,
an
Warson had a
oversteer
good run. I'm not quite sure if he'll be close enough. Curtis covering the inside. Warson will send it. I knew he didn't have the gap. Now
Here comes
Wallinger's going
Waldinger.
for it, but they're covering the inside, squeezing him quite a lot. Then going back on the racing line. Brilliant defending from Rahul Patel. And Wallinger had nothing he could do. He just had to stay behind there. A very
He's gonna
smart
run on
positioning
him,
from
he might go
Patel.
for the move.
But it's not over yet. And he stays in front of
defensive work
Wallinger
again.
through here.
Where's
Fashray staying
Fashray?
put behind. He's waiting for these guys. Hoping he get the pressure on these guys into a mistake. But he doesn't want to cook up his tires a little too much, you know. He's keeping a safety gap, I'd say. Now then, Warsaw for another go at Curtis. Into turn one. Can get him this time? Again, no.
Oh,
He just
he's
doesn't seem
struggling
to
to
have
get
the
past Skorkov
confidence
there
on
as well.
in his car into turn one.
Oh, here we
And now
go.
Skillen overtakes Brodsuk towards the chicane. But he's losing quite some time here.
Not sure how much he might have been held up there by Protsuk.
Brodsuk will have the slipstream,
Oh, he
you
does come
know.
back, he'll come back.
Yeah, no blue flags in this series, of course. So even though he's a lap down, these two guys are legit battling guys. We got 5 laps to go in this race. And could
Means if he takes
this
him out.
be exactly what Tomasz Pascual needs to maybe win this race? Because look at this, he's already gained a second and a half just in this sector. Now then,
Like you said
Warson and
earlier,
Curtis
just
back
gain
at
all
it again.
those
Will Warson
seconds.
send it? No, he breaks very early. Now then,
He's got
Skillen has gone past
less time.
Brodsuk. Looks like his Inferno might be over. But how eager is
Remember,
Susan
these two
Brodsuk
are
to get
similar
back in
pace,
front of
though.
him? Pascual, look at the gap, it's now 10.8.
10.8.
Yeah, so Pascual just needs to gain just under 6 seconds. Maybe Skillen's tires might have gone off now while he was fighting with Brodsuk, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, third time's the charm perhaps for Warson as he attempts to pass Curtis yet again.
Got again this time, hasn't he?
Well, you certainly hope so if you were Joel
Yeah.
Warson, and he's finally through. I'm in the 14th place, as Goff is just under 5 seconds behind Curtis. He could yet catch him before the end of this race. Meanwhile, Patel
Yes.
is being chased and hounded after by Wallinger relentlessly. And yeah, Fashray just staying put for now, looking after his tires. 4 laps to go. Pascual 10.7 behind. He continues to gain on Skillen, but not enough. And with the threat of traffic gone, even with tire wear, I don't think Skillen will be threatened. Now then. There doesn't appear to be any sort of traffic for a long portion of the lap. So in that regard, Skillen should be just fine. Anyway, Wallinger not close enough here. He's gonna have to regroup and focus on an attack later if he wants to get past Patel. His defensive driving has been brilliant this race, wouldn't you say?
Indeed.
Obviously, Patel knew he didn't have a chance against Skillen or Pascual because they were simply much faster than him. But when it comes to the other fights, which he knew he could have won, well, he's definitely won them so far.
Yep.
Looking at the gap, I think Skillen has gained again a little bit, so he should be safe for the win. Now then, in towards Kamsa. Wallinger chasing hard, fast right-hander. He won't be close enough here, unless he pulls out some sort of audacious dive bomb. Patel is feeling the pressure though. He felt the need to defend here, even though it wasn't really necessary. Wallinger, he can
It's a wider
definitely...
line as well.
Yeah, he can definitely sense Wallinger coming at him. Adventure could join this fight yet as well. 3 laps to go. But let's not forget Adventure has a penalty, so he's not a factor in this. But yeah, Adventure is definitely gaining a lot onto these guys. Now then, Wallinger is very close to the back of Patel. He is in the slipstream, and he could yet have a great chance to get past him in here. How hard will Patel fight to keep him behind?
I don't think it's going to be enough. He doesn't look like the slipstream is helping him an awful
No,
lot.
not. Yeah, that's true. Wallinger is having to stay put behind. Meanwhile, when will Fashray reveal his trump card and go after these guys? Because so far he's been content just sitting behind.
Here he comes.
Now then, in towards turn 4, can Wallinger get him? No, Patel defends
No.
the inside. Wallinger goes a little deep. But yeah. Patel, with some smart defending, could lead him to another podium.
Yeah, maybe his second podium in 3 races, so it'd be a great start for the Brit.
By 11 seconds, so you can say for sure now he's won this race. Now the Waldinger might send it into La Caixa, no he won't. But that keeps him behind. Now Fast Race joined this fight well and truly. He's in it to win it. Can Fast Race get third? We'll just have to wait and see. 2 laps to go for the race leader. As look at this. It's a
Maybe if Quintino
it's a Churu
push-
sandwich, and Quintino
he
has
can push
recovered
hard.
quite a lot after taking out Anderson early on in this race. Now he's on the back of Kyle Burns, and he's staying put. Quintino needs to gain 2 places if he wants to pick up a point, and that point belongs to his teammate Chuck McCarthy at the moment. Now onto the penultimate lap. Patel not under pressure here. He'll be in front. Waldinger might have a
Looks like
great shot into turn 4. I think that Prema is set up to be quicker in the fast corners. So let's see, he could have a great chance here.
Yeah,
Let's
he's
see,
got
he's
a run here.
definitely gaining. And is this it for Ben Waldinger? No, Patel was able to cover him off again. Now Quintino,
Quintino
can he
could
get
push
past
here.
Burns?
He might get a point.
Yeah. And he's gone Burns. All that remains for him is to get past his teammate, and he has 2 laps to do so. Now Waldinger
Maybe,
is much closer now to Patel. Patel's definitely struggling for grip now. Can he hold on to the end? We'll just have to wait and see, but Waldinger is getting desperate for that podium. Patel defends the
Even if there was a good
inside.
corner.
Yeah, Waldinger stays behind. 10.8. Skill and stars are finally starting to fade, but too late for Pascual. Last lap of the race for Max Skillen, and should be comfortable for the win. But who will be third?
I think Waldinger
Will
is
it be
pretty close
Patel?
to him.
Will it be Waldinger? Or will it even be Isaac Fashray? All these guys are within half a second of each other, so this will be epically close.
He's definitely
As-
closer than he has been on the last few laps. Here he comes.
Yeah, this is his best shot. Patel will cover the inside. No, he won't, actually. Patel, is he just letting him past? This time, Patel can't do anything. Wallinger's up in the 3rd place. Does Patel have the
Maybe
grip?
he's
Come
run
on,
out of-
then he's front of counter attack. Or will he fall under
Here comes
attack from
Fashray.
Fashray? In towards turn
Definitely
4,
been caught
Fashray
napping
can
there.
get him now. Which he does. Patel's run out of grip on those tires. Oh my goodness.
He eased himself up, and like I said, Quintino's gone for the point here.
Yeah, and he's taking it now. Quintino up into 10th place. Good recovery from him after an incident which he caused. He's back in the points now, so he's definitely had the pace. But we need to focus on our man at the moment, because that's Max Skillen. He's dominated this race, even though he picked up a
Great
penalty.
drive.
That wasn't enough to deter him. As we're on to the last lap, but they will
That was
fight back
coming
on
back.
Fast Track. Can he get past him into La Caixa? No.
Oh, he got close to him.
And now Max Skillen, even with a 5-second penalty, means nothing because he wins the Spanish Grand Prix. It's his 2nd ever win and his first for Virtuosi. They picked their first ever career victory and they're only their 3rd race. What a result for the team. Pascual finishes 2nd after a brilliant effort. Great fight back, but unfortunately he didn't have the measure of
the
skill,
yellow
and there's
comes
a
up
yellow
back
flag.
and
Bennett is out. Bennett is out. It's a mechanical problem for him. It could be something in the engine. Ben Waldinger is on the podium. The last lap
Oh,
pass. Incredible. Fast Ray 4th. Patel. Oh, unlucky. 5th place for him. Adventure 6th. His penalty will put him back a few seconds, but not enough to lose a
Okay,
position.
that's
Here
fine.
comes Jamie Griffiths in 7th. Behind him is Lorenzo Tomaselli 8th. Marco Kalovic, P9. Jacob Bauer starting in 21st. Now Gabriel Quintino, the last man on the points. With a decent recovery after taking out Anderson. He's P10. His race is done, and he'll pick up a point. He'll be happy with that, I'm sure. Jake
Yeah,
Galloway
that's
will finish 13th, but I think he might lose the place to Joe Wyerson because Galloway has a penalty. And yes, he will. Graf has got
13th for
Curtis,
Watson.
but hasn't passed him. Aaron Curtis finishes 15th, beats Dennis Graf. Zorbach, oh, what a shame. Just didn't have any sort of pace today. And it's P17 for him in front of Dodo Kirby. So both previous winners in this series, in this season, at the back. And look at this. Skillen crashed after the flag, I think. He might have hit Bennett's
It was
debris.
Bennett.
Yeah, I know. But I think Skillen might have hit the debris or something. It's a water leak for Thomas Bennett. Of course, he hadn't started his final lap. He only started it now. So Thomas Bennett will not finish this race. He granted 17th to Zorbach. And this was the
I
end of the Bennett's
believe-
race.
With this, it makes it 3 out of 3 of not reaching the checker flag for Thomas Bennett.
Well, yeah, that's unfortunate, but he will be classified, of course. You're completing 9% race distance. But Max Gillen is the winner. And did he I think he did collect the debris. No, he didn't. It was just my eyes messing with me. And yeah, Max Gillen has won quite comfortably by 6.8 seconds once you take into account the penalty. A little closer than he would have wanted, but it didn't matter. He could have taken a 10-second penalty and he still won this race. So all credit to where credit's due. Max Gillen has driven superbly and has won this race in quite solid fashion, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, he's definitely an old-fashioned type win, you could say. A Sebastian Vettel type win where they pass the leader in early stages and just gone. Never to be seen for the rest of the race.
Well, Max Gillen's first win came in much different circumstances. When Kurst and Chatfield crashed at turn 1 in Bahrain, and then he had to fight off Fastray right until the very end. Now, it's a whole other affair. Max Gillen has dominated this race and taken victory by 5.7 seconds in front of Tomasz Pascual. Vance Waldinger is third, taking the position on the last lap in front of, and Isaac Fastray fourth. Heartbreak for Rahul Patel. He was on the podium the entire race distance, but he lost it at the end. He just didn't have the grip. Daniel Adventure sixth, 1 second behind Patel on the track, but 6 seconds because of the penalty. It won't demote him behind Jamie Griffiths, though, who finishes 7th. Lorenzo Tomaselli, P8. Some more points in the back for Campos. Marko Kalevic with an incredible comeback drive to finish in 9th place. Fantastic. Gabriel Quintino, he took out Thomas Anderson early on in the race, but even despite that calamity, he was able to stage a fight back and take the point on the last lap from his teammate Chuck McCarthy, who finishes 11th. And you can do the rest, of course.
In 12th, we have Kyle Burns, who fell back from where he originally started today. We've got Jake Galloway in 13th, but he will drop to 14th because of his penalty. Joe Watson will be classified as 13th. Aaron Curtis finishes in 15th. Dennis Graff in 16th after having a collision early on in the race. Zorback will finish 17th. Kirby 18th. Thomas Bennett, whose car failed him with about 3/4 of a lap to go, is in 19th. He will be classified. Protsiuk will finish in 20th, a lap down, and Watzel and Anderson, the two ARTs, both crashed out on the second lap.
Yep, that's about right. And now we need to look at who says the fastest lap. I think it might have been Tomasz Pascual, and yes, it is. Just edges out Max Gillen. That's 2 extra points for Pascual. He'll walk home with 20 points from this race. And I do believe that Max Gillen will take the championship lead. He finished 8th in Bahrain, 8th in Azerbaijan. Now he's finished 1st. And that'll put him on a tally of 35 points, yeah. So he'll be a new championship leader. I believe 5 points from... No, not from points, because Patel didn't hold on to 3rd. So then by 7 points from Ruslan Protsiuk, I believe. I could be mistaken. Who knows? Anyway, it's I'm not even sure if Scotland has an anthem of its own, but it's time to celebrate the race win for Max Gillen with the Scottish, or if it's not available, the British national anthem. I think it's going to be the Scottish one. So here we go. All right, thank you guys. Now then, before we reveal the next standalone race, which will happen in 3 weeks' time, I know, so we'll be taking quite a long break. But before I reveal it, the eternal question: who is your driver of the day, guys? And I think I will have to go for Tomasz Pascual, actually.
Yeah, it's definitely close between him and Skillen. But I'd probably go for Skillen just because of the pace he had in the first stint to pull away and null and void basically that 5-second penalty that he received on lap 2.
Yeah, I have the same opinion as Jamie. Skillen was
So it's Skillen
really
then.
doing well, and he managed to
Alright.
get a good enough gap for his 5-second penalty. Maybe that was not
Well,
a nice move in the race, but still, his pace was really there
Yeah.
today, and he deserves it.
Well, yeah, that's 2 votes against 1, so you have the verdict there. Max Skillen is the driver of the day. Now then, the next race in 3 weeks' time, we're not going to be walking quite a long way from here, from Spain, because we'll actually be racing at a Spanish track. We'll be racing at the fictional Murala City Circuit. If you know the fantasy series, quite a lot of things have happened there. And I'm just joking, we'll not be racing at Murala, as a matter of fact. No. So if you thought it was going to be Murala, it was just a joke. For real now, this time, we'll be racing in Portugal. We'll be going to Portimao, where Formula 1 is racing itself, and this season, last season, in real life. And yep, that's right, we'll be going to Portimao, and this time it's not a joke. It's confirmed. Portuguese Grand Prix back on the menu, and it should be quite an entertaining one. What'd you say, guys?
Yes, I think it's the first time the GP2 has gone to Portimao and OC. I know they've gone in real life in, I think it was 2009. Of course, we've had races in
We had
Portugal
testing
in
here.
GP2 before.
We had testing
yeah,
at
that is
Portimao a
correct.
couple of times, but not racing.
Yeah, the
It'll be
last
the
time we had
first
a
time we
race in
raced here.
Portugal was in Estoril
Yeah.
in 2014.
Yep, that's right.
Also,
And tell me, guys, what you think about my little Murala troll that I performed right here, because I bet you didn't expect that troll. But for real, we'll be racing in Portimao. So yeah.
yeah, Max Skillen on the radio after the race as well. Of course, a lot of people were questioning whether or not he should be in GP2 for the season, but he was selected as a Virtuosi's driver, and on the radio, went along lines of whom it may concern, screw you. Obviously, I don't
Well, I
allowed to
think
swear
he's
here.
definitely silenced those doubters now. He's the championship leader after 3 races. We still got a long way to go, but this win is very deserved. And even that penalty didn't mean anything to deter him. He's driven very, very well today. But yeah, that's it from us. You won't be hearing from us for the next 3 weeks, I'm afraid. But we'll see you around, guys, because on the 29th of June, the 4th race of the season, the Portuguese Grand Prix for GP2 will take place. But until then, I've been Robert Ionescu.
I've been Jamie Griffiths.
And this has been the GP2 race. So yeah, take care, guys, and we'll see you around for the next one. Buonasera. Oh wait, no, that's not Spanish. That's Italian. Oh my goodness me. Buenas noches. Buenas noches, I meant to say. So yeah, buenas noches, guys, and we'll see you again for the next one. Take care.
Bye.